while Mohit, you're sharing your screen, I think I'll just, kickstart the session. Right. So good afternoon, everyone. We are the team of SCC Online. My name is Chetan Singh. I'm a trainer with SCC Online. Along with me, I have Mr. Mohit Singh, a colleague of mine, Mr. Devesh West, who is a senior member of the company and takes care of the entire northern region. So together as a team, we'll be taking this session. Now, first thing first, considering the fact that members would be joining in थोड़ी देर में join करेंगे भी for Dr. Mamta ma'am and Varsha ma'am. This session is being recorded, ma'am. I hope that is okay with you. हम लोग ये session आपके लिए record कर देंगे so that जो members नहीं आ पाए हैं अभी या जो link join करने के लिए.
Okay.
So ये recording हम करेंगे और recording आपको YouTube पे link दे देंगे आपको मैम. So you can share it with your other students.
Right.
मैम फर्स्ट थिंग फर्स्ट बाकी सब स्टूडेंट्स के लिए भी और आई थिंक फॉर फैकल्टी मेंबर एज वेल वी ऑल नो दैट कहते हैं द यूनिवर्सिटी ऑलरेडी हैज द रिमोट एक्सेस फीचर. अब ये जो रिमोट एक्सेस है ये आई होप सबको पता होना चाहिए, क्योंकि अगर नहीं पता है तो ये एक बहुत ही आई थिंक इम्पोर्टेंट स्टेप है. उसके बिना जो भी हम करने वाले हैं आज, इट विल नॉट मेक एनी सेंस. व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से इज दैट earlier when we were in the universities, we used to get access to all the databases, legal databases and other kind of databases that which university had subscribed for. What has happened because of the current situation, we cannot go to a university. That means we cannot access all these databases. So usko dhyan mein rakhte hue, there is a remote access technology which has been introduced. It can be any software. It can be, name doesn't matter. The functionality does. Purpose of these softwares is to authenticate the user who's going to be accessing or try to access these university databases from outside. अब जब outside से आप कभी कोई database access कर रहे हैं तो university server के ऊपर, so authentication becomes a major challenge. So how will you figure it out? How will you see how the university will know that the person who is joining in is a authentic user? तो उसके लिए ये remote access feature होते हैं. किसी को अगर नहीं पता है remote access के feature में, आपके feature के बारे में, you can reach out to Dr. Mamta ma'am और Varsha ma'am. They can help you out. अगर आपको कुछ और information चाहिए, आपको पता बिल्कुल नहीं पता, then what we'll do is we'll request one of the students to share the screen in the last and we will discuss that part as well. ठीक है? वो सब करने के बाद you have to come on SCC Online. Now एक चीज बड़ी important बात है, अगर आप scconline.com सीधा खोलेंगे तो ये नहीं खुलेगा. वो आपसे आईडी और पासवर्ड मांगेगा. बट जैसे ये दिख रहे हैं आपको, मोहित ने डाला तो आईडी और पासवर्ड दोनों चीज मांग रहे हैं आपको. बट बिकॉज एज अ यूनिवर्सिटी स्टूडेंट आपके पास इसमें आईपी एक्सेस है, इसमें बेसिकली आपके पास पासवर्ड नहीं होगा, आपके पास सिर्फ आईडी होगी अपनी. तो उसके लिए अब हमारा जो अपना कहते हैं रिमोट एक्सेस है, मोहित उस पर लॉग इन करेंगे जरा. अब क्या होगा, चीजें चेंज हो जाएंगी. इट विल नॉट आस्क फॉर पासवर्ड, इट विल जस्ट आस्क फॉर द आईडी. सो जब आप अपने रिमोट एक्सेस पे जाएंगे, फीचर पे जाएंगे, आप डेटाबेस पे जाएंगे और वहां से जब आप SCC ऑनलाइन खोलेंगे तो यू विल आल्सो सी द अपकमिंग स्क्रीन, दैट इज दिस स्क्रीन. नाउ इफ मोहित विल क्लिक ऑन लॉगिन, इट विल से आईपी लॉगिन. सो यू हैव टू क्लिक ऑन आईपी लॉगिन. अगर आपको वेबसाइट पे जाके SCC ऑनलाइन वेबसाइट जाके आईपी लॉगिन नहीं आता है, दैट मींस देयर इज समथिंग, ईदर यू हैव नॉट गॉन थ्रू द रिमोट एक्सेस और you have missed out one or two steps. So please reach out to us or to your library in charge. When you come to IP login, it will say, please enter your login ID. So it will be your university ID. You can put it simply over here. However, अगर आप पहली बार SCC online use कर रहे हैं outside campus, शायद आप campus में use कर रहे होंगे पहले, but outside campus पहली बार use कर रहे हैं. So you put in your ID. Mohit, can you put in some random ID over here, which is not registered? Okay, that's quite a random. So if you click on login now, it will say login ID not registered. If this is a message which comes when you put in your login ID, you just have to click on register here. You put in your login ID, the login ID that you want to use, and put in your full name, and that's how it's going to be working. So Mohit, login ID में @ पर कुछ डाल दीजिए so that we can have a clear differentiation between what is the login ID, where to put login ID, where to put full name.
Okay. Apparently my keyboard just got stuck, so I'm sorry for that.
No worries. So this is we can understand that this is Mohit Singh जो ऊपर पहले लिखा हुआ है. That is simply you have to write @ over there. मोहित आप उल्टा लिख रहे हैं, आईडी ऊपर जाएगी.
Oh, okay.
वो कह रहा हूं आपको मैं, इसलिए नीचे आ नहीं रहा था वो.
I'm sorry.
So यहाँ पे आईडी डाल के and then you simply put in your full name and that's how you register yourself. Okay. And the next screen which will come, it will just simply ask for your graduating year. For the faculty members, you can either skip it or you can put 9999. For the students, just put in your graduating year, right? And that's about it. Next time you will log into SCC Online, you'll simply have access to SCC Stateaway. And like this, you will have the SCC Online dashboard appearing on the screen. Now the question comes in that even before we jump into कि सॉफ्टवेयर कैसे चलता है, सॉफ्टवेयर कैसे यूज करना है हमें, क्या-क्या फीचर्स हैं इसके, those things are not required. What is required first of all, those things are important, but right now first thing is data coverage क्या है, database क्या है जिसमें हम लोग ये सब इंफॉर्मेशन ढूंढेंगे. तो उसके लिए मिस्टर मोहित नहीं लॉग इन मत करो, आपको पहले खुला हुआ है ना एसएससी ऑनलाइन पहले वाला, वो पहला टैब खुला हुआ है ना वहाँ पे. चलिए कुछ नहीं होता. हाँ देखिए डेटा कवरेज है. You can click on data coverage, you can click on web edition. I'm gonna show you कहाँ पे डेटा पड़ा हुआ है. This is for the faculty members as well. ये सारा डेटा जो हम लोग दे रहे हैं आपको, किस ईयर से किस ईयर तक दे रहे हैं, वो सब दे रखा है यहाँ पे. तो इसे सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑफ इंडिया 1950 टिल डेट सारा अवेलेबल है. फेडरल कोर्ट्स जो कि बिफोर इंडिपेंडेंट जजमेंट्स थी, कोर्ट्स थी हमारी, फेडरल कोर्ट, प्रिवी काउंसिल जो कि एक्टिंग लाइक एपेक्स कोर्ट जब तक सुप्रीम कोर्ट नहीं आई थी, ये वो है यहाँ पे. फिर उसके अलावा नीचे आएंगे आप तो सारी हाई कोर्ट्स का नाम लिखे होंगे इसके अंदर. डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट की कुछ चुनिंदा जजमेंट्स हैं, ज़्यादा नहीं है, क्योंकि जो लैंडमार्क जजमेंट्स थी डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट की वो दे रखी है यहाँ पे, करीबन 22-23 जजमेंट्स होंगे यहाँ पे. हिस्टोरिकल कोर्ट्स जो कि प्रोविंशियल लेवल पे थी, जैसे कि अवध कोर्ट हो गई, लाहौर कोर्ट हो गई, पेप्सो हो गई, अजमेर कोर्ट हो गई, लोअर बर्मा, अपर बर्मा हो गई. ये सब कोर्ट्स थी पहले, जिनको अगर चाहें आप एक्सेस करना कर सकते हैं. आप इसको मिनिमाइज कर सकते हैं मोहित. उसके अलावा आपके ट्रिब्यूनल्स हैं, काफ़ी सारे ट्रिब्यूनल्स की लिस्ट है यहाँ पे, तो यू कैन आप देख सकते हैं टीडी सैट, एप्टल, विपो वगैरह वगैरह सब देख सकते हैं आप. एंड सिमिलरली वी गो नेक्स्ट. उसके अलावा इंडियन स्टैट्यूटरी लॉ, तो आपके सेंट्रल एक्ट, स्टेट एक्ट, रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन, स्टेट सर्कुलर्स, स्टेट नोटिफिकेशन इंस्ट्रक्शंस और सेंट्रल नोटिफिकेशन वो भी अवेलेबल है यहाँ पे. बिल्स, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल ऑर्डर्स, वो सब आते रहेंगे आपके यहाँ पे. ऑर्डिनेंसेस जब आएंगी वो आ जाएंगी यहाँ पे आपके. सेकेंडरी मटेरियल्स के अंदर सेकेंडरी मटेरियल क्या होता है ना, अभी तक हम बात करें प्राइमरी मटेरियल जो कि जजमेंट्स हो गई, एक्ट्स हो गई. सेकेंडरी मटेरियल होता है आपका विच aids, which supplies, which helps building up the primary source of law, जो कि acts और judgments होती हैं. तो ये हो सकती हैं आपकी रिपोर्ट्स हो सकती हैं, जैसे कि आप देख रहे हैं आप कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन असेंबली डिबेट्स का हेडिंग है पूरी. तो दिस इज द बैकबोन ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया एज वी नो इट. कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया रातों रात नहीं बना था, या ऊपर से कुछ भविष्यवाणी नहीं हुई थी और ऊपर से लाइट चमकी थी और कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया आ गया, ऐसा नहीं था. ऑलमोस्ट 3 साल, कुछ महीने कम, कुछ दिन, 30-40 दिन कम, 3 साल के अंदर 300 लोग बैठे थे करीब, जिन्होंने डिस्कशन किया, जिन्होंने डिसाइड किया कि क्या लीगल है, क्या इनलीगल है, अगर कुछ इनलीगल है तो उसमें क्या पनिशमेंट होनी चाहिए, क्यों हमने सोचा कि किसी क्राइम के लिए 7 साल की सजा होगी, किसी के लिए कैपिटल पनिशमेंट होगी, किसी के लिए 100 साल की सजा होगी, किसी के लिए 2 साल की सजा होगी, किस चीज़ के लिए इतना फाइन होगा, किसी के लिए ज़्यादा फाइन होगा. ऑल दैट स्टफ, ऑल दैट डिस्कशन इन द गाइडेंस ऑफ, इन द लीडरशिप ऑफ डॉक्टर बी आर अम्बेडकर, ये सब हुआ था. ठीक है जी. तो इफ यू वांट टू रीड दैट, यू कैन रीड दैट. फिर हम काफ़ी बात करते हैं कि हमारे एक्ट्स हैं, हमारी अमेंडमेंट्स आती रहती हैं हमारी, वो कहाँ से आती हैं? वो जो वर्क होता है अमेंडमेंट का, जो पूरा रिसर्च की होती है वो कैसे आती है. It's not that the parliamentarians are watching the TV and they say, "Oh, people are saying that they want this, so we should give them this." No, there's a full analysis which takes place. अब वो काफी अलग अलग कमेटीज बनी हुई हैं. If you can see the names of the committees over here, काफी सारी कमेटीज बनी हुई हैं जो कि स्पेसिफिक टास्क के लिए बनी हुई हैं. अब देख रहे हैं आप, पेटेंट एंड ट्रेडमार्क्स के लिए अलग बनी हुई हैं. फिर आपकी कहते हैं एंटी रेप लॉ की अलग बनी हुई हैं. फिर आपकी पेमेंट ऑफ मार्केट एंड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के लिए अलग बनी हुई है. तो बहुत सारी अलग अलग से यहाँ पे बनी होती है. बैंकरप्सी इंसॉल्वेंसी के लिए अलग कमेटी बनी हुई है. और ऐसे ही आपने इसका नाम सुना होगा जो कि बहुत आई थिंक यूजफुल और बहुत कॉमनली यूज होती है. दैट इज द लॉ कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया. दैट इज कॉल्ड लॉ कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया रिपोर्ट. और लॉ कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया रिपोर्ट का काम क्या है? उनका मेन पर्पस यही है टू सजेस्ट लीगल रिफॉर्म्स. तो वो रिपोर्ट्स यहाँ रखी हुई हैं. उसके अलावा आपके लीगल आर्टिकल्स करीबन 35 लीगल जर्नल्स से हमने आर्टिकल्स लेके आए हैं आपके. तो वो लीगल आर्टिकल्स यहाँ रखे हुए हैं आपके. और ऐसे ही ट्रीटीज वगैरह बहुत कुछ है इसके अंदर. मोहित प्लीज कंफर्म अगर हमारे पास यहाँ पे इंटरनेशनल भी है.
Yes, sir.
ओके, सो अब देखें, ये तो सिर्फ इंडियन डेटा हो गया, राइट? अब जो 35 जो 35 बोल रहा हूँ, 35 इज द इंडियन जर्नल्स. मोहित, कैन यू स्क्रॉल डाउन फर्दर टू जर्नल्स? एंड देयर आर 15 इंटरनेशनल जर्नल्स ओवर हियर. So in a total of 50 journals are available over here. Mohit, please scroll down further. इसमें आपका SCC के journals भी मिल जाएंगे आपको. Please scroll. Let's go down further and treaties, historical trials, policy documents, ministry-wise documents रखे गए हैं, so you can see it. And then foreign materials. Mohit, please, if you can go to foreign materials. And in foreign materials, it'll give you access to 24 other countries' database. And now I'm talking about country right now, which includes UK, US, West Africa, South Africa, Bangladesh, but basically all the SAARC countries, all the neighboring countries. Then, US, UK being the most, I think the oldest, one of the oldest, so unki hai judgment यहाँ पे. Singapore के साथ we have tied up. So जो official Singapore का जो official जो उनका unit है of reporting judgment, you get access to that. So this is the only database that is Singapore LawNet जो हमारे यहाँ पे नहीं है, but you can access their portal. Okay, you can access their website through SSC Online without ID password. We'll talk about this. Then Mohit, please scroll down. ये तो हो गया हमारा country wise. उसके अलावा there's something more, that is international material. अब ये क्या है? These are international courts like European Union, European Court of Human Rights, International Court of Justice, International Court of Arbitration, then Court of Appeal for West Africa, all these European Court of Justice. ये सारी जो courts हैं जो कि international courts कहलाती है, which simply means that they are not governed by countries' law. They're governed by they work in the welfare of the world. So ये सारी countries की जो ये सारी courts हैं, इनका database भी यहाँ पे रखा हुआ है आपके लिए. So this data is huge. Now let's come to the software, Mohit. Moot Court resources, yes, Moot Court resources are also there. We'll talk about Moot Court resources. In case you are not able to go to a particular Moot Court, but you want to see what was the problem for that Moot Court, how was the winning team memo? The winning team थी उनका memo क्या था for both the sides. Then the best team memo क्या था? You want to see that without being a part of the moot, you can still access those information. Okay? Not for all the moot courts, for the moot courts that we have been sponsoring as a company. Let's go to Mohit. Let's go to the login screen, which you have already logged in. So there we are. अब जो चीज़ हमने बात करी है, whatever thing that we have discussed, we'll talk about how to access that information. Now, this particular screen will be referring this to as SCC Online dashboards. It has a couple of options that you can use depending on your state of mind. I was taking a session with Vedanta associates. I think half an hour back. All the senior members, all the country head, and then the department heads were sitting over there. And I think I said the same. I will not shy away saying the same thing to you and to them as well. That is, you cannot be in the same zone all the time. You cannot say that I only use Legal Research Office to only do research. If that's the thing, then you'll always be one step behind. Why am I saying that? See, you'll research something that you don't know of and you want to find something. That's a research. That's a simple, layman definition. You want to find something, you want to research on something and then to find the facts in place. The other state of mind, which is better, that is, not researching, but, learning or upskilling yourself. And उसमें क्या होता है? You don't search for anything. You just browse the information and read the information, read the topics, and then decide that this is relevant to me or this is important to me or not. Okay? It's like reading a newspaper. You don't, you read the newspaper just to upskill yourself, just to add knowledge to your, existing knowledge bank. But if you research करना हो तो you can come to Google and you start searching for it. So why am I saying this? यहाँ देखिए, there's an option of Research Plus and there's an option of My Library and then you have links. Links, we will talk about this later. We'll talk about the first two first. It says Research Plus. It says word search, find case law by section, find by citation, find by party name, and all. Now this is something which is very, very categorically been placed over here, telling you that if you have a party name, you come to the fourth option, that is find by party name. If you have a citation, you can come to the third option, and so on and so forth. But then there is an other option, that is My Library. It says browse this, browse acts, browse articles. Now, what does this mean is that you just want to see the information. You don't have to type a single word over here, and you can see the information in simple words. When you go to a library, you have two options. You can go to a computer which has the entire library database. You type in the author name, you type in the the book name that you need, and it'll tell you exactly where the book is kept. You go to that particular section of the library, you pick up the book and you get going. The other way is, I want to read some new articles. So you'll not do a search on the computer database. What you're going to do is, you'll be going to that section of the library which has only the journals kept. Journals are kept. So you go over there, you browse through each and every book and you read the names, you read the author names, you look at other bifurcation which has been done by the library staff, and then you start reading about it. Similarly, if you want to read commentaries, you want to read law report and all, you can browse through it. So the My Library is actually your virtual library. So you can simply go through each and every title kept over here. So these are two differences. Now to start with, I think I will request my senior member of my team, Mr. Mohit, to take it further. Mohit, could you please help us, with some examples and understand how this entire thing works?
Absolutely,
and before I hand over the baton to you, it's a small request to all the members. You can ask your question, considering that we have very handful of members who are on this meeting, that is 12. If you have any question about what we are showing on the screen, then my suggestion would be that you raise your hand and we will call out your name after we are completed with your with that specific example. And then we call out your name and you ask anything that is related to that topic that is being dealt at that point. In case you have any other question which is not related to what we're talking at that point in time, I would recommend that we keep it for the last. So we will detail the entire software, and then if something is not covered, you can ask it in the last. The reason being, the question that you have on your mind right now, it might be the next example that we'll be we'll be taking over. Okay, so keeping this in mind, Mohit, I welcome you and I request you to please enlighten all of us with how to use SSC Online to its maximum potential. Over to you, Mohit.
Thank you, sir. So basically, students and the members, we have all got to know that how can we log in this particular software and what this particular software consists of, like how many documents are there, what type of categories do we have in this software. We not only have the Supreme Court judgments, but there are tons of documents which we can find in this software. Now, the method comes in play. How can we retrieve those documents, right? The faster we can retrieve the documents, the better our research methodology would be. So there are many tiles, as you can see on your screen. Further, they have been divided into 3 different segments as being told by Mr. Chetan sir. So we'll start with the research plus section now. And in the research plus, as you can see, we have the word search, we have find case law by section, we have find by citation, find by party name, and many other ties. My favorite one is the word search. So let's start with the word search right now. Word search is very simple yet very important tile of SCC Online. Word search is just like a mini Google of SCC Online with whatever word, keyword, citation, party name, whichever you have in your hand, you can simply put it over here and it will give you the relevant documents. Keep in mind, the research methodology has to be different, just like it should not be identical to the one which you're doing it on other software. Just like you're doing the search on Google, that same search cannot be performed it over here. Let me give you a demo and then let's talk about it. So for example, when you are on the Google and you try to search something, there is a different method which you apply over there, right? So that is something like, for example, if I wanted to see the latest cases on defamation from Supreme Court of India. So suppose I'm on Google right now and I type this latest case on defamation from Supreme Court of India. I suppose that I will be typing like this if I'm working on any free software like that. So that is my query. And now I click on the search bar. And now my software will try to interpret this query and will try to give me the best match according to the keywords which I have searched. Keep in mind, when we work on the Google, it is meant for everyone. And sometimes it actually removes some of our keywords from the query and gives us its relevant results according to its algorithm, right? However, in our software in SCC Online, whichever word, whichever keyword you type in, it will directly search that word in the whole document. So every word which you type, just like I have typed in many keywords in my query, every word had been searched in our database. And therefore, our software has given you around 243 results. As you can see it on your screen. Now, 243 results consist of different categories of data. Now, the bifurcation is on the left-hand side. As you can see, let me zoom in the screen for you. All right. Now, 243 results consist of, we have some digest notes, we have some judgments, we have legal business news, we have notifications, and many other things, right? So this is how our software will always try to give you the output in terms of different categories. And when you select any category, you'll get the data on the right-hand side. Right now, it is showing me the most relevant document is an article from the name of, we can say, Flashback 2019 from Ayodhya verdict to P. Chidambaram's bail. Here are the Supreme Court cases that made headlines by Prachi Bharadwaj. Now, this seems to be irrelevant to me because the query which I have searched for was related to the word defamation. But seems like when I am seeing this document, it is showing everything which was there in my query. That is not relevant for me. I wanted the latest defamation cases and it is giving me the articles, which is not the right way to search. So what went wrong? How can we fix that problem? Let me talk about that now. So once we have searched with the entire query, we have got around 243 results. And now we are going back to the dashboard by clicking on this icon, this dashboard icon. We will again go back to the word search. And now this time we will modify our query. Modify a query in such a way that we will only focus on the main keyword of the query. Now, most of the members already know the answer that the main keyword in this query seems to be defamation. So I'll just keep in the defamation word over here and I'll delete the rest of the part. So I'll delete this. And similarly, I'll delete this as well. Now, whenever you're working on any legal research software like SCC Online, like Manupatra, like Westlaw, or any software in the market, please focus on the main keyword of the query. That is the thumb rule of searching on the legal research softwares. Main keyword can be one, it can be two, it can be multiple as well. It depends from query to query. In my query, I found that my main keyword was defamation, and that is how I kept that this way. And now I will click on the search bar. The moment I click on the search bar, it will give me all the documents in which the word defamation is appearing. And now, as you can see, obviously the results have been increased from 243 to 9,000 something. Now, why I was saying to you that please remove the rest of the part, the latest case, oldest case, the Supreme Court of India or Supreme Court of Canada. because every legal research software have their own filters embedded in it. Seems like SCC Online has got one as well. So as we can see, the bifurcation includes different categories of data through which I can redirect myself to whichever category I wanted to see. Now the results are coming from the account of defamation, and we all know we wanted to see the data from Supreme Court of India. So we'll go to the judgment section, we'll click on that, and there you go. Supreme Court, Privy Council, High Court, District Court, whichever data I wanted to see. I will quickly hover my mouse and I'll see there is a red label over here that is called only. Only simply means that this particular category will be selected and every other category will be deselected. And now the results are coming in the middle column. And once I click on any document in the middle column, that document will be populated in the rightmost column. So it works in such a way in which all three columns are interconnected, right? Now, as I can see, this particular judgment is coming from the date of 1985. Second judgment is coming from the date of 2015. Third one is coming from 2016, and the fourth one is 1960. So these are the date of decisions. The J icon represents that you're looking at the full text of a judgment. The number 2 represents that there were 2 judges in this bench while delivering this particular case. Now, as per my query, I do not want you to see the 1985 judgment. I wanted to see the latest case. So all of you, please focus over here, sort by. You can sort the data as per your preference. You click on this option. You click on latest first, and this data will be sorted according to your preference now. So there you go. It's, I guess, 3rd of June 2021. It's the case of Vinod Dua versus Union of India. And it seems to be that it contains the word defamation. That is why it is coming on the search bar. Let us click on next highlight. There you go. So this is how you can locate the correct document with less number of efforts. Only the problem is with the formulation of the query. Whenever we try to formulate a query, we always tend to ask question from the software. Rather than asking a question from the software, we need to ask the question to ourselves whether we are putting in all the keywords or shall we put in only the main keywords of the query. So that's the thumb rule. I hope you have got the method of how you can do the basic search on SCC Online. If I talk about the functionalities of how you can download or save the document, then those functions have been kept over here. As you can see, this is the document. And if I wanted to save this document, this is the icon to save this document. This is the icon to email the document. And this is the icon to print the document. There are many other icons available over here. We'll talk about them in the related examples. So this was my first example. Let us go back to the dashboard one more time and let us go back to the word search to search something extra rather than just having one keyword in our query. So we'll go back to the dashboard now. And there you go. We are back on the word search. Now this time, we are not going to search only for the one keyword. We are going to search for the entire phrase, or we can say multiple keywords in a query. Now for an example, I wanted to see some cases regarding a family law case in which I wanted to seek an answer that what should be the minimum interim maintenance given to a wife. I'll repeat my statement again. I'm looking for a family law case in which I'm seeking for an answer that what should be the minimum interim maintenance given to a wife. So what I can do is, first of all, I'll write down my query, family law. It also discusses about the interim maintenance. And yes, of course, wife or spouse or whichever word you would like to write, you can obviously do that. So rather than typing the whole query, I have already filtered down the query to the bare minimum important words over here. Those are family, law, interim, maintenance, and wife. Now, you can either click on the search bar and get the results for yourself, but I have one more effective method for you, which will save a lot of time. So whenever you have multiple keywords on your hand, what you can do is, please search for the main principal word, or we can say the principal topic of the query. Again, it seems to be the family law in my scenario. That is the main topic of the query. And now I click on the search bar and only the family law searches will be displayed. However, I need to keep in mind, whenever I'm using this SCC Online software or any free research software, if I'm trying to enter a legal phrase can be family law, dowry death, res judicata, actus reus, or whichever legal phrase you're trying to put in, please enclose them in double inverted commas. I'll do this for this example. There you go, double inverted commas. Why we are doing this? To make the software understand that we are not going to search family and law as two individual words, as they can fall in different paragraphs, but rather than that, we are trying to search them together as a phrase. And this is an international practice which you can do on any research engine. So there you go. Family law is the keyword over here. I'll click on the search bar and all the results will be coming from the account of family law. Now, most of you must be thinking that, sir, where can we put in the rest of the query? Then the rest of the query can be put in search within search on the top left. As you can see, I'll zoom in the screen for you. There you go. Search within search result helps you to search something extra or some more keywords in your principal query. I have already searched for the family law keyword over here. It has given me around 3,800 results. And now whichever keyword I'm going to put in is going to search within the bracket of 3,800 results. So obviously the results will be decreased, but they will be more precise, as because every result is going to be searched within the bracket of family law. So this method helps whenever you have a lengthier query. Let me complete my query over here. So my second keyword was interim maintenance. According to your scenario, it can be different as well. It can be Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act section 18. It can be anything else. So I click on the search bar and now let's see whether the results get decreased or not. Apparently they get decreased from 3,800 to only 369. Let us also drill down something with the keyword of wife. Let us see. Okay, from 369 to 279. And now in the 279 results, we have the bifurcation available over here. We can click on the judgment section or the digest section, whichever works for us. I'll click on the judgment section. I click on Supreme Court. Only 21 judgments are there, handful judgments coming from SEC Online. Now, all these judgments have this black portion available before the judgments even starts. As you can see, let me zoom in the screen for you. This is a judgment coming from Supreme Court of India. This is the citation 2004, volume 13, SEC, page number 405. This is the party name, so and so. And this is the head note, as you can read it over here. And this is the page from where the judgment starts. Now this head note will be available for each and every Supreme Court judgments unless it's too latest, because for that matter, I guess head notes are in process right now. Now for this example, as you can see, this black portion represents the head note part, the summary part of what the whole judgment is talking about. It also gives us a brief idea how many acts, how many sections were discussed while delivering this particular judgment. So in this judgment, there was a section called CPC 1908, section 25 was discussed. If I wanted to recall or if I wanted to refresh my knowledge according to that particular act, what I can do is I can click on that name of the act and that act will be opened up in a new window. However, if I only wanted to see the section 25 of CPC, I can click on the section 25 and again, section 25 will be opened up in a new window. So this is very good time saving technique through which you can recall your knowledge effectively, and also by reading the head note, you can get the idea whether this judgment is helpful for me or not. If not, please move in to the next judgment. There you go. In this judgment, this is again another party name. Hindu Law, Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act, section 18, prayer for interim maintenance in favor of Elijah's second wife, and you can read the whole head note for you. It seems to be relevant for me. What I can do is I can click on the save button and this particular judgment will be saved in my laptop, computer, or whichever device I'm working from. If I wanted to email the judgment to my colleague, I can click on the email and this judgment will be emailed to my colleague over here. So this was my second example to show you a brief idea. If you have multiple keywords on your hand, then how can you do the search for that? In case anyone has any confusion regarding the two features I've shown till now, they can just let me know and I'm moving forward. So this was the word search feature in which we have seen that how can we see the one word search, and also how can we do the multiple word searches with the method of sub searches. Word search has many features in it, but we'll complete the rest of the tiles and then we'll come back to the word search one more time. So for that, now we are moving ahead to the one of the interesting tile, that is words and phrases. Words and phrases is over here in the last tile on in the research plus row. Words and phrases is basically a legal dictionary from SCC Online. Now, legal dictionary not only means that you only get just the meaning of it, just like you do it on the Google and you get the meaning out of it. No, it gives you something extra as well. So for an example, in our own knowledge, in our own language, we all know what is the meaning of bail, right? But if I wanted to see the legal meaning of what is the legal meaning of bail, then what I can do is I can come over here, I can type in the word bail and click on the show button. Now, I was expecting a one-liner that bail means this, right? However, the software has given me something extra. What it is. Now, this first paragraph, which defines the word bail, it starts from here and it goes till here. In this whole paragraph, a judge has defined what is the meaning of bail in his judgment. And that judgment is A.K. Gopalan versus State of Madras, right? So we are not taking any information from XYZ website. Whenever we read any judgment and we get to know that this word has been precisely defined in the judgment, we take that data and put it over here so that you can get the source of information from where we have taken this information, right? Similarly, apart from just giving you the definitions from the judgment, we also give you the definitions coming from the Walton Dictionary of Law with the abbreviation of WAT. So whenever you see this abbreviation, you can get to know that this definition is coming from Walton Dictionary of Law. So this is how I can get to know the two sources of information. First one is if any judge has defined that word, and second one is Walton Dictionary of Law. So yes, I believe this is going to be very helpful for the first year students, as they always trying to find the legal meaning and the legal definitions of some legal words. So this
Mohit,
was,
I just have one question, whether like it is a single book dictionary or you have compiled all around like 70 volumes into this?
sir, we have published a book in the year of 1995 of our SCC Online Legal.
Sir, we had Mohit. Can you? I think we just lost your voice. Sir, we have published a book, like Mohit said, SCC Online Words and Phrases, and this was an amalgamation of not only a dictionary, that is a Wharton Dictionary of Law, which Mohit just spoken about. It is it's a combination of, yes, the Wharton Dictionary of Law definition, the definition which has been authored by, has been dictated by the High Court or Supreme Court judges, and also the definition which has been given by the in the Bail Acts. So it's a mix of all.
Chetan,
And
basically, my question is, this words and phrases is basically a big volume work. And I think
yes,
the copyright goes to LexisNexis, which is running in around 70 volumes, right?
yes, sir.
And ILI have that,
Yes,
and your NLU Delhi have that in physical forms, right?
get.
So what I was asking is, like, you are using the copyright material through this LexisNexis and will provide all those 70 volumes, or you have curated some books having, like, say, some particular words, maybe one volume or two volume only. So this is miss what I'm just trying to understand.
No, sir. So we don't have anything related to LexisNexis. That's, like I said, Somnath sir. Okay. Hello, sir. I think
Yeah,
after meeting you after a long time,
yeah.
so no. So we don't have this link with anything with LexisNexis. Like I said initially, this is the background of this is our own publication. SCC Online Words and Phrases was the title of the book that we had published, and now we are just building on that. So there's nothing related to that LexisNexis, sir.
Okay. Got
So,
it, dear. Thank you.
sir, thank you so much, sir. Mohit.
All right, absolutely. So thank you, members, for asking such questions. Let us move forward now. So that was words and phrases. We are going back to the dashboard, and now Let us talk about a newly added tile in SCC Online that is called Find by Topic. Now, Find by Topic is over here. Now, Find by Topic gives you a brief idea of what all topics of law and as well as the statutes which we have constituted for you. So for an example, every member would like to see a particular topic and would like to research on that particular topic, right? Now, either you can type in your query over here, or either you can go with the topic tree as well. So for an example, if I click on any topic from here, if I click on arbitration, this software will give me all the possible suggestions with respect to the main topic tree, arbitration. So in the arbitration, if you wanted to research on any subtopic like appointment of arbitrator, arbitration agreement, arbitratory award, and whichever subtopic which you like to search upon, you can select that and click on the go button. Apart from that, if you wanted some keywords to put in over here and see whether it fell under particular this topic or it goes under this topic, in case you wanted to see that synopsis, and then you can make a choice of yourself. So for example, if I go to the property law cases, I click on property law, I click on find by topic, there you go. The property law subtopic falls under three categories. The first one is criminal law. It comes under the attachment, seizure, forfeiture, and confiscation of property. The second one is obviously the property law main topic. And the third one is the tort law. Now you can get to see the brief idea that whenever I'm putting any keyword in find by topic, it gives us the idea that your keyword falls into this category as well as this category. Now, after getting all this information, once you're thorough with in whichever category you wanted to see the data from, you can select that. So for example, let's take possession. Then you get the choice whether you only wanted to research in terms of digest notes or you only wanted to research in terms of search everywhere. When you click on search everywhere, it will take this search as a word search. Like we have done it on the word search. If I search for the word possession, it will act like a word search. So I click on the everywhere over here and I click on go, and this possession word will be searched in the entire database. And not only that, even if you wanted to search something extra with the principal keyword of possession, you can still go with the search within search. So for example, I wanted to see adverse possession, right? I can write it over here adverse, and the adverse possession keyword will be searched in this database. So find by topic basically helps you to understand that this topic which you're trying to enter falls under this category. And in case you're not able to get the perfect keyword of the query, then you can go with the category wise data and you can click on any subtopic, whichever you would like to see. Start as find by topic tile. Now moving ahead with another tile now. We'll click on the dashboard now. And there you go. Now we are going towards find by party name. Now find by party name is very easy, yet it is also very important tile of SCC Online, as most of the time members always put in the party name and get the data from it. We have two ways through which you can put in the party name. One is the standard method in which you select the code and enter the party name, and the second one is only restricted for the famous cases. Those cases which were there in the national media headline, such as Sabrimala case, Triple Talaq case. So whichever case in which you do not have the correct party name or the citation, but you do know that it was a national media headline case, you can simply put in the headline over here. So for example, let's take Triple Talaq case. There you go. Click on the find case and you'll get the party name as well as the citation. Let's take anyone else. Recent one was Ayodhya case. So we'll click on the find case one more time and there you go. So this is how it only restricts the search for the national media headline cases. But for the rest of the cases, you can always search in this particular category. It not only includes the Supreme Court data or the High Court data as your package, also includes the international judgment, the foreign cases. So it also includes the King's Bench, Queen's Bench, and WLR reports as well. So whichever citation, whichever party name you have, you can put in the court name and the citation and you're good to go. Not the citation, sorry, party name. Now over here, first of all, you need to select the court. I click on select court and then I get to see the whole list. In which jurisdiction I'm looking for a particular case. I'm looking for Supreme Court. So I click on Supreme Court and then I enter the party name. At any point of time, if you have a confusion that I'm not sure whether it's the Supreme Court or any other court, I will click on all jurisdiction. So I click on all jurisdiction and now I need to enter the party name. So let's take that same case of AK Gopalan and let us see how can we pull up that case. So one way is you can put in the whole name AK Gopalan and state of Madras. There you go. You click on find case and this particular case will be opened up. However, it may happen some of the time that you do not have the full party name available with you. If you have partial party name available, like for example, I do not know whether it was state of Madras, Karnataka, or any other state, I can still do my search. I can still click on the find case button over here and it will still give me the most relevant results according to the partial information I have embedded over here. As you can see, now I can select according to the year of decision, 1950, and I click on go. So what I wanted to show you is that it is not mandatory that you enter the full party name. Even if you enter the partial party name, it can still do the search for you. I will highly recommend to all the members over here that whenever you would like to research on one particular case law, then I recommend you to please open that case via find by citation or via find by party name, because you not only get the full judgment, but you also get all the relevant digest notes, all the relevant points of law that were discussed in that judgment. Now, as you can see, once I have pulled up this particular judgment, the full text can be represented with the icon J. But if you see any icon with the label as D, then you're just looking at the digest of that particular judgment, right? And we have made around 231 digest notes for you. And those simply represents that these many law points were there, or these many law points were discussed while delivering this particular judgment. Now, for each and every law point, we just not give you the heading of it. We also gives you that what was the opinion of the quorum on this particular law point. So there can be multiple law points. Once you click on any one of them, you can get the opinion of it. So for example, let us click on this words and phrases due process of law. So on this due process of law word, there were two different opinion coming from one from Justice Faisal Ali sir and one from Justice Mukherjee sir. So both have defined this particular word due process of law. And now if I wanted to see anything else in the terms of different digest notes, I can click on any one of them. The most important question over here is that whenever I'm looking for a judgment, and whenever I'm researching on a judgment, I would also like to see that whether this judgment got overruled anywhere or not. I wanted to see that information. How can I see that? So whenever you have opened any particular judgment via find by party name or via citation, the answer is very simple. Please go over here, search within search result on the top left, and put in the word overruled over there. You put in the word overruled, you click on the search bar. If you get any results, just like I'm going to get, because I've done this search in previous as well. If you get some results, that simply means that these law points have been struck down now. And once you click on any law point, you will get the idea that where it was overruled. But in case you do not get any results after researching like this, then it simply means that all the law points of that case are still a good law and you can cite them. Now, as you can see, there are 7 points of law of AK Gopalan case which are not a good law anymore, and those have been represented with the identifier as red exclamatory mark. Once we click on any red exclamatory mark, let's click on this one. This talks about on the heading of preventive detention, in which it is also talking on the ground of Article 19(1)(d), right to movement throughout the territory of India. Now, on this point of law, what was former Chief Justice Kania sir had this opinion is written over here. What was the opinion of Justice Mukherjee sir, Justice Das sir, and many other quorum strength judges had their opinion are written over here. And when we scroll down, we can get to see the party name, we can get to see the equivalent citations, and in the last we can get to see that it was overruled in Rastam Kawaji Cooper case, in Shaira Banu case, and latest it was overruled in Kalpana Mehta case. So you not only just get one particular case that it was overruled in this, but you get a whole history that from oldest to latest in how many cases this particular law point got overruled. So it's a kind of a never ending job in which we always need to update our database if it gets overruled one more time, right? So this is the way how you can find any overruled law point in any particular case by just going into the sub search on the top left and type in the word overruled. Keep in mind, please open that case via find by citation or via find by party name, because you will get the digest notes as well, right? So that is the overall portion, in which let me also cover one more major aspect over here. That is, in case you wanted to copy anything, copy any extract from the judgment, then how can you do that? So for an example, there you go. This judgment of the court was delivered by Chief Justice Kania sir, and many other judges will be there following by. Now, whenever I would like to copy any particular paragraph, what I can do is I need to locate this small notepad icon and I double click on it. Once I double click on it, it will open up in a new window, and from there I can highlight and I can copy it. Not only that, I can also enter any email ID over here, and that email ID will be getting a mail for this particular paragraph. Now, in case I wanted to copy multiple paragraphs, then it's again very easy. You single click on the notepad icon, single click over here, and single click over here. And then you click on this icon that is called Smart Copy. All the selections which you have made will be populated in a new window. And from there, you can simply copy, highlight, and paste it into your Word file. So the copy and paste feature is very simple. However, if you're working on any judgment, any recent judgment of a Supreme Court, which does not have any head note in it, the head notes are in the process, then it's a good news for you. You do not need to locate the notepad icon. You can simply drag and drop, or we can say highlight the text you wanted to copy, and you can simply paste into your Word file. So that was the idea of getting, or we can say copying anything from a judgment. There is one more feature which is very beneficial for the senior members and for the research scholars. That is, in case they wanted to see where this case got cited in future, where this case got relied on, followed, and whichever treatment that was given to this case. Since it's a very old case from 1950, it's highly possible that it was followed in or it was relied on in many other cases. But how can we do that analysis? How can we see that? So for that, we will click on this button that is called case reference, and it will give me all that data in which this A.K. Gopalan was cited as a precedent. By default, our software will always try to give you the digest notes first of all, as it saves your time and it's very quick to read. This digest note is coming from the judgment of State of Bombay versus Atma Ram, and in which this 1950 case A.K. Gopalan was used. As you can see, it was used over here. Let me scroll down and I can see A.K. Gopalan case was relied on. Let me click on any one of them, any another case. There you go. This is another case of Hans Muller in which it says that C also, the treatment is not defined, but it says that C also this case. All right. Let me take any other case. Let's take this one, MP Industries. All right. It is also saying that C also. Let us take one more case over here. Bombay Dyeing and Manufacturing. Bombay Dyeing and Manufacturing, in which A.K. Gopalan versus State of Madras referred to. So just by clicking on to different digest notes, I can get the idea that in this case it was referred, in this case it was relied, in this case it was followed in. Whichever case is supporting my current case, I can click on that case either by clicking from here, or I can go into the find by party name and I can open that particular case. So both the methods have been kept over here. So till now we have completed the overall portion as well as the case referencing portion. If the members have any confusion, they can let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to showcase one more important feature over here, which needs all of your attention. That is, how can you make the case compendium or compilation with the help of the SCC online software. So we all understand whenever we are making a compilation or the compendium, it takes manual intervention. And if the documents are like 50 to 60 documents or 20, 30 documents in the compendium, then it's a very tedious task to make one. However, whenever we are working on this software, we have given you some features through which you will be able to make the compendium in less time as possible. So let us try to make a compendium now. In order to make the compendium, there are two steps. The first step states that first of all, upload all the documents which you want in your compendium. So first of all, I will try to upload the documents in the SEC Online Cloud, which is only accessible by your login ID. Now I'm trying to upload the documents. So what I'll do is I'll upload 2 digest notes and 3 to 4 judgments in it. So just a second. There you go. So first digest note is over here. I click on this icon that is called add to my SEC Online folder icon. And I will click create a new folder. I click on the change folder icon. I create a new folder. There is no limit of how many folders you can create, right? You can create n number of folders. Like I wanted to create a folder of CPC, CRPC, Evidence Act, important judgments, whichever personalization you wanted to do, you can always do it. So I'm just putting in the university name, Manav Rachna University. There you go. Select the folder and click on OK. So what I have done till now is I have created an online folder with the name of Manav Rachna University, in which I have successfully uploaded one digest note. Now I will quickly repeat this method to a couple of times. OK. And now I'm going to the judgment section, Supreme Court, and I'll take 3 to 4 judgments from there. So there you go, judgment section. OK. Second one. The third one. And the fourth judgment. So till now, I have successfully uploaded 6 judgments, out of which 4 are full text and 2 are digest notes, right? The second part comes in play and states that if you have uploaded the judgments, then please go to your online folder view and create the compendium. So now I'm going to click upon this particular icon that is called my folder icon. This is, there you go, my folders, and click on view folders. Once you click on view folders, all the folders and the files which have been created and uploaded by you will be there in this particular folder. Keep in mind, you cannot create your own personal note and then upload it into the SEC Online Cloud. Only the documents which are present in SEC Online can be uploaded in this folder and can be made in the compendium. Now, once you have uploaded all the files, you just need to select all the files in one go by clicking on the result list over here, and then go into this middle icon in the action button. Once you go into the action button, you can click on this last icon that is called create case compilation. Once you click on that, it will ask to you what should be the sequence of the judgment. Do you want to be the judge, any specific judgment to be on the top or on the bottom? You can personalize your sequence. You can also personalize the page size, and you can click on the create button. So A4 or legal and click on create. So there you go. Within no time, I have defined the sequence. I have defined how many documents I want, and I have clicked on the compendium. Now it depends on my internet connection speed, and it will be made as soon as possible. There you go. 6 documents are there in the index. So compendium has 2 parts in it. The first one is table of contents, and the second one is all the documents. Talking about table of contents, in the table of contents, the pagination has been defined by you, or we can say the sequence which you have selected. The software automatically gave the pagination to all the documents. So the first judgment goes from page number 1 till page number 5. Second one goes from page number 6 till page number 8. And similarly, we have different sequence available. The good part is, once you are working on this index, you can personalize this index as per your choice. So I wanted to view this in the full screen. There you go. Full screen is over here. And now I wanted to edit something. I can do that. In case I'm representing my team in the moot court competition, I can click on this image icon and I can insert the image of that moot court, and I can represent my team or my university in that moot court. So this is how I can completely personalize the index as per my preference. talking about this index, we also have the pages available in the set in which the page nation has been defined as per the sequence you have selected. There you go. Page number 1, page number 2, page number 3. Once you have selected the sequence, then you cannot change the page nation. And also, if you would like to change the name, if you're representing yourself in the mode code, then you need to register yourself as team A, team B, team C in the IP access option.
I think when we are going for a mood court competitions, you can also reach out to us. So rather than you using all these, IP-based accounts, we can either tell you how to, hide your name of your university, or we can give you specific IDs for a limited time while you are out for a mood court competition. So please reach out to us.
Yeah, that can be done. So members, any questions, any doubts with the case compendium? It's very beneficial for the students who are going for the moot court or who are going for their research papers. And yes, obviously we have recorded the session. So that is why in case any members who's going to join late, they can always view the recording and get the idea of how they can make the compendium. Also, we have made some training videos for the same feature. Moving ahead. We are clicking on the dashboard icon one more time. And now there are some different tiles available over here. Till now, we have covered the word search, words and phrases, find by topic, and find by party name. Find by citation seems to be very easy tile. However, it contains a lot of information in it. Like most of us always wonder that we only need to put in the SEC citation in the SEC online software. No, that's not the picture over here. You can put in any journal citation over here. Even if you have AIR citation, if you have criminal law journal citation, you can always put in the citation over here. How can you do that? You just click on the list. By clicking on this list, you can get to see different journals over here. SEC, AIR, Criminal Law Journal, KLT, whichever journal you would like to enter the citation, you can select it from the list. If this list seems to be exhaustive for you, then what you can do is you can put in the name of that journal. The name is AIR. There you go, AIR Supreme Court. And now you can put in the citation number and this particular judgment will be opened up. So let us try to see if I put in any random citation number and click on get citation, what type of results do I get? There you go. I have put in the citation as 2010 AIR SC10, SC1, right? However, it has mapped our database or it has given us the output in such a way that SEC citations will be there for you in case you wanted to note it down. But if still wanted to note down the equivalent citations, the other citations, those will be present under the digest notes. There you go. SEC, SEC Criminal, Criminal Law Journal, ECRN, AIC, and AIR. So all the equivalent citations are also available, and it does not matter whichever citation you put in find by citation, you will always get the same result. Going back to the dashboard. Now we have done this particular tile as well. We have completed this tile find by citation. We are moving ahead with find case law by section. We are keeping this session as a basic and the intermediate session as well, as we have different batches in this particular session. However, if any advanced session is required, we'll always conduct one more session for the benefit of the students, in which will always gives you the advanced features of SEC Online. Now, in find case law by section, it is very easy to use. What it does basically, it gives you all the documents in which any particular act on any particular section has been discussed. Now, rather than putting the keyword over here, you only need to put in the particular section on which you would like to see the documents upon. So I would like to see the documents upon Indian Penal Code section 302. How can I do that? Rather than typing the query, please type the name of the act. There you go, Penal Code, find in title. There you go, Penal Code over here. And now I can select section number 302 from the list. 302, punishment for murder. And I click on go. And all the documents in which section 302 has been discussed will be displayed onto your screen. There is one more method for this same search, which I'll be discussing in my later example, in which you can not only search the section, but you can also search the provisos, the illustrations, the subsections in it, right? So there's a different method for it, for which we'll discuss in the later examples. Let me click on the dashboard one more time. And there you go. We are back on the main screen. Now let us go back to the word search and let us try to see how can we do this same search with the help of the word search now. So if I click on the word search and I still wanted to see the penal code section 302 searches, how can I do that? Or else let us take something else. Let us take a different example. I wanted to see IPC section 420 cases in which NI Act section 138 was also discussed. I'll repeat my statement again. I wanted to see some documents on which NI Act section 138 and IPC section 420 were discussed together. How can I see those cases? So for that, first of all, frame your query. You can type in NI Act or you can type Negotiable Instrument Act, whichever works for you. I'll type negotiable over here. There you go. I will also type section 138 and IPC section 420, right? Now, and seems to be not so important in my query. I'll delete that. Now my query seems to be almost ready to be searched. However, there are some slight changes which needs to be made. See, whenever you are writing any keyword in which there is a possibility that judge may have written this word in a different manner. For example, in some of the judgment, section has been written as SS dot, S dot, SEC dot. In different forms, the judge has written this particular section word. So for that, what we can do is we can remove this section word from here. Similarly, I'll remove this section word from here as well. And in replacement for that, I'll put in a new word that is called NEAR, near. What a near word will do, near will make sure whichever word which is appearing in between the act and the section, it can be SS dot, it can be SEC dot, or it can be any other word. Near will take care of that. You do not need to think about all those words and mention them in the query. Only need to put in the near operator and it will take care of the rest of the work. Similarly, I'll put in the near over here as well. So now negotiable near 138 and IPC near 420 will be searched together. I need to put in one more near operator to make sure that these words are interconnected, and I want all this query to be displayed in the same sentence, right? There you go. My query is now completed. The near word has to be written in the capital letters, and now I can click on the search bar. So what I've done till now is I've only put in the main keywords and I put in the near operator in between so that the keywords will be displayed in the same sentence. That is what I wanted to see. So there you go. There's one judgment coming from Sayyid Ishaq Memon versus Ansari Nasir Muhammad, in which both these sections and both these acts have been discussed together. Let us click on the judgment. There you go. This is a judgment. Next highlight. An order of the cognizance taken by the criminal code under section 420, 120B of IPC, as well as 138 of NI Act. So this is how you can do your research. You can either go by find case law by section if you're looking for one act and section, or you can go to the word search and try to search with two different section, two different act. Not only that, you can try to customize the near operator in different forms. So for an example, let us take this NI Act 138 one more time. And in this one, we are not going to take any other act, but we are going to take a reason of multiple reasons through which a check can be dishonored. So we are going to take the same example. Let me pull up the same query. There you go. Negotiable near 138. So this will remain constant, but I want to see some cases in which the check got dishonored due to the reason it was a stale check, and also due to the most common reason that there were insufficient funds in the account. I want both the cases to be displayed. How can I frame my query? That is the question. So first of all, I have put in the act, I have put in the section, and now I'll be putting in the reasons over here. So the first reason is insufficient funds. There you go, insufficient funds is over here. And the second reason was it was a stale check. Stale check, there you go. Now both the reasons have been written over here. One more thing I will need to keep in mind whenever I'm writing a legal phrase, I need to enclose them in double inverted commas. So stale check, double inverted commas, insufficient funds, double inverted commas. There you go. Now I will make some changes over here. So let me just make some changes and then I'll discuss about it. Near. So now I'll zoom in the screen for you. And over here in this syntax, what I've done over here is, first of all, I have put in the reasons. I put them in double inverted commas. So that the software can understand we are searching for a phrase. Also, I have put in the word or in between, or simply to be used whenever your query has a choice in between, whether you would like to see this reason or that reason. So that is why I put in the or in between. And the near operator has been used to make sure that I want any of these reasons to be displayed with the near proximity of negotiable 138 section. This seems to be complex, but trust me, it is very handy and very useful whenever you are researching day in and out, right? So now my query is completed and I click on the search bar. I click on this magnifying glass and this query will be searched in which NIX section 138 along with any of the reasons will be displayed. So there you go, NIX section 138 dishonor was check and it was not a stale check. Let us also take any other query. Now this, why I have not clicked on this digest note, because this digest note, this law point has already been overruled. Whenever you see this red exclamatory mark, that means that law point has already been overruled. And once you click on that, you can get the further information. This is another one. Dismissal of legality, contention that bank account has already closed 3 years back and check is stale check. So I've got the reason one more time, stale check. Let us take any other example. In this one, it is showing insufficient funds. So from this query, we got to know both the reasons can be displayed by just putting or in between. So or is a new keyword as well as the new near operator, and both the operator can be used at the same time. So those were the different methods through which you can customize your research. Let us go back to the dashboard. Now under dashboard, keeping in mind that we have a limited time frame, we'll skip some of the advanced features. We'll take them advanced features for the next session. So let us go to the library portion now. In the library portion, students and members, what we have done over here is we have created some new tiles for you. The most recent tile is browse curated topics. Browse curated topics is a tile which has been added recently by the editors of Eastern Book Company, in which they have made the big headings depending upon different areas of practice. Like for example, some of the members will be practicing in the corporate and commercial law, some of the members will be practicing in environmental law, and so it depends from person to person. Whenever you would like to see the data from one particular category, and what I mean by data is data regarding the case laws, data regarding the articles, bills, treaties, everything you would like to see for one particular category, then this is the one stop for you. Now what I can do is I can simply click on any particular category over here. Let's take corporate and commercial law. Under corporate and commercial law, just like find by topic, it also has some subcategories in it. Banking and finance, aviation law, competition law, securities ventures, and many other subcategories will be displayed. According to your area of interest, you can click on any subcategory. Let me click on any one of them. Let us take competition law for the example. I'll take the competition law, and in which I can get to see that all this data has been constituted in one particular or in one place. There you go, statutes. All the statutes which are discussing regarding the competition law have been kept over here. Keep in mind, not the whole act have been kept, but only those particular sections in which this competition law was discussed. As you can see it over here, the Coconut Committee Act 1944, only section 9 has been inserted over here. Similarly, from the Electricity Act, some handful sections have been inserted. So from this method, we can get to know that all these different acts and their particular sections are also discussing regarding the competition law. Similarly, I'll just collapse this. We have this rules and regulations, we have notifications, and most of the members who always wanted to see the important points of law or important cases on the topics, then there you go. All the handpick important cases on competition law are on your screen right now. So this is again a one stop through which you will get all the information in one place, and we constantly uh, working on this particular tile to get in or to add as much data as we can under browse created topics. As this is a newly added tile, so we'll always get to see new data as soon as possible. Coming back to the dashboard, apart from browse created topics, we have browse law reports, in which it is very easy to use. Let me show you an example. And this example goes for browse judgment by court as well, because both of these tiles works in the same fashion. As you can see in browse law reports, we have this category as per different law reports data we have. So we have AIC over here. Let us click on the AIC. So there you go. The AIC volume data have been kept over here. If I click on any volume, let's take 2020. There you go. This whole data is coming from the AIC, and if you know the exact page number, either you can scroll down to that page number, or my best match would be to go to find by citation, put in the AIC citation, and you're good to go. So both the methods are available. Rather than scrolling down, you can always go with find by citation. But yeah, this is a method through which you can browse through the entire volume of a law report. Browse acts and rules. Browse acts and rules are very easy to use, as I guess most of the members are already using it for their research purpose. But there have been some changes in browse acts and rules. The major change is that whenever you read any act, so let me quickly pull up any act over here. We click on Central Act. There you go. We have this common acts, commonly used act have been kept over here. And the rest of the acts have been kept in the alphabetical order. If I click on any act, let's say I click on Evidence Act. Amending acts have been kept in a different category, and the principal act is over here, Evidence Act. This whole act will be populated on the right hand side. If I wanted to save this act, I can click on the save button. This whole act will be saved onto my machine. And in case I wanted to select any particular section, I can click on that particular index. So let us take section number 5th. Evidence may be given of facts and in issue and relevant facts. So this is section number 5th of Evidence Act, and I can read the whole act as it is coming from the original source. Okay, I have clicked on the subsection over there. Let me click on it one more time. Section number 5. There you go. It also includes the illustration and all the original information which you always would like to see. Also, it includes some blue color information. This information has been embedded by the editors of Eastern Book Company. And according to them, there are some important judgment on section number 5 of Evidence Act, which are talking on the ground of admissibility of evidence. And this whole extract has been taken from this judgment. This judgment is State of Maharashtra versus Kamal Ahmed Mohammed Vakil Ansari. Some of the time you will always get this blue color highlighted boxes whenever you're reading any section. So for example, if I scroll down, there you go, section number 6, and I will again get this blue color highlighted box. So these are the inputs which you will always get to see in the acts, in which you can get to know that, okay, these are the important judgments on this particular section. So yeah, this can be handy as well and a time saver for sure. Going back to the dashboard, we are going to skip some of the tiles since we have a limited time frame. So browse articles, I guess I can skip it for now. Let me give you the perspective of how you can get the information from moot court resources. Moot court resources is very beneficial tile for the students who are going for the moot court or who wants to prepare themselves for any moot court competition. So just like Mr. Chetan sir said in the introductory part, that whenever you would like to make up your own strategy by looking at different memos submitted in the past, you can see that. So for example, if I click on GNLU, for example, if I click on 12th GNLU moot court competition held in 2020, I get to see the problem. There you go. The moot proposition, the best team memo and the winner team memo. So I click on the winner team memo over here. There you go. The whole memo from the complainant side and from the respondent side both have been kept over here. And all the documents which you always see in SCC Online can be downloaded, can be emailed, can be printed out. All the things can be done over here. Mr. Chetan sir, would you like to add something?
Yes, sir. No, Mohit, I think just carry on. I think we will talk at the last. I think we want to give more time to the students to ask questions. So I think if we are done with that, I think then let's open it. And if the time allows, then we will add a couple of more things.
Yes, Dr. Mamta ma'am, I would like to confirm from your side. Do we have 5-10 minutes? Or shall we open the question?
Yes. You only 5 and 10 minutes.
Okay.
Mohit, I think let's open the question. Ma'am, I think we'll take some questions. If there are no questions, then we will, utilize this time in sharing something more information.
Yes. If any questions, faculty who can talk. Any questions from faculty side?
Okay.
Nobody question.
Okay, ma'am. So Mohit, in that case, we can show the SCC Online blog, because that is one thing that has been a lot more being used by university members. There is one thing, like I said in the starting, not every time we would like to do research. Sometimes we also want to upskill ourselves. So browse was one part. Mohit had covered beautifully all the aspects of the browse. But then there's another thing, that is SCC Online blog. I'm not really sure how many members are already using this, but if they're using it, I think I'm really happy. And this is I think relevant to irrespective you are a faculty member or a student. And let me show you why we're saying this. So the blog is here. You can how we can reach the blog. Mohit, can you go back and show it one more time?
Yes, sir.
We can log in, and at this gray link, it says SCC Online blog. We click on that, it will just open the blog in a different website. Now it has a lot of other different sections that the entire blog has been divided into. But we'll talk about 2-3 right now, just to give you an idea. Mohit, just click on the news drop down. It says business news, hot of the press, events and webinar. Let's take hot of the press. Now this hot of the press does not mean that it will only be related to the legal fraternity. No. Let's scroll down, Mohit, and let's have a look. It says US Citizenship and Immigration Services updated policies to improve legal immigration processes. So it's a normal general knowledge. Okay. Please go further, Mohit. And it says US eviction, Spain, something about AEPD launched new data breach notification system. Please scroll down further. Now this is just now it says OSHA modifies COVID-19 guidelines for all employers. Journal information, which should be known to us. Then if I click on any of this, we will not right now. Just to click on any of this, this will just give me a brief about it, not the entire head and tail of it. No, it'll give me a brief, so that ensuring my time is important and my time should be well utilized. So that's one. Similar thing has been done. You can explore other tabs. We will talk about the second tab, that is case briefs. So we get the judgments, like Mohit said, that sometimes we get judgments in a month, sometimes head notes in a month, sometimes in 2 months, depending on the length of judgment. So to fill that gap period, we have this case briefs. Now in this case brief, it says Supreme Court of constitutional benches, High Court, foreign courts and all. Depending what you're looking for, what you want to see information from, basically judgments, you can click on that. Mohit, just take Supreme Court. Now when I say Supreme Court, please scroll down, Mohit. It says cancellation of class 12th board exams, the 14 directions. Please scroll further. And you can see there's a small, synopsis information is been given in a heading format, right? Mohit, please scroll down further. And let's take this one, 2012 case of Italian Marines. This case went to the ICJ, and I think all the thing. Now it says in 2002, two fishermen and all the stuff has been written on the tail. Just a brief about what has been discussed in this entire case. This was published on June 17th. And please scroll on further, Mohit. It says Supreme Court, this and that. Justice Shah, Justice Banerjee was on the part of the quorum. Then the important fact that persuaded the court to close the proceeding. That's another thing. Please scroll on further, Mohit. Now you see this text which is in bold. This is exactly the word to word, lifted from the judgment. So that's been given over here. Please scroll on further, Mohit. And it says at the end, 15th of June, this case was being decided. Now, this was 17th that we published it. So within 2 days, we made a brief of the judgment. This is not the head note, like I said. It's just a brief which gives you a fair enough idea what the case is about. Now, the reason why we're talking about this is because considering the fact that some judgments are of 10 pages, some judgment might be of 200, 300, 800 pages. Even 10 pages will take a lot of time. This area which says case briefs will save that time of yours, when I say yours, I mean faculty members, and also for the students. We can all read about what is happening in the courts without reading the full judgment. The brief is good enough. Once you're done with it, we can simply go to the next one and I can read some more of it. Similar thing has been done in the legislation. Mohit, can you click on the legislation part? Mohit, your screen is frozen. Can you click on the? No, it's okay. Can you click on the legislation part?
Sorry, Chandran sir.
Yeah.
Just
no worry.
Had a quick call with Dr. Mamta ma'am. That's why.
Achha, okay. This is the last example. So Mohit, if you can show the block legislation. So the legislation, we can click on the legislation, and you get this statutes, ordinances, amendment to existing bills. Let's click on first one, ordinances. I will click on the ordinances or the amendments. Which is okay, whatever that you selected, no worries. We can just show that, no worries. So if you can scroll down, now only the amendments will be made a part of.
It's an ordinance.
No, it's ordinances. Okay, it's an ordinance. Please scroll down further. And now only the ordinances are coming over here, and you click on any of this. Mohit, just click on any of the click this and we can have a look. Only a small synopsis, like we've been sharing earlier, will be given over here. Not the entire act. You can read about it. What section, if some section was inserted, that will come over here. And what was that? Only that particular part would be given to you, not the entire act. So this keeps your search very focused. And I think over here we'll stop.
Okay, sure, sir.
Ma'am. So, ma'am, over to you, ma'am. Anything that Dr. Mamta, ma'am, you would like to ask us? Somnath, sir, if you would like to ask anything, add anything over here.
Any questions? That's nobody questions, sir. It was really wonderful presentation, Mohit. Thank you very much. And thank you very much for all the faculties for attending the session. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, this is our contact details. You can reach out to us. There's a toll-free number as well. There's an email ID. I would suggest you can write us on our email address. This email address is common to all the trainers, including Mr. Kapoor and myself and Mohit. So you can drop an email with your concern, and you can share this email address with all your students. My only request, when they're sending an email, just mention from which university are they sending it, so that we can answer the queries respectfully.
Mohit, can you share the presentation and the recording?
Absolutely, ma'am. I'll share the recording with you.
Okay. we will be share all the students. No?
Okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So if there's nothing to add, ma'am, we can conclude this session.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for bringing everyone together. Thank you to all the faculty members. And Mohit, thank you for a wonderful session, for sharing all the information to the minutest of detail. And thank you, Dvesa, for being a part of this session. Mohit, so we can end this session now.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'll end this meeting for everyone. Thank you everyone for your time. Have a good evening.
Okay.
Thank you.